Well, hello there, Taurus. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about December. So December will have 5 weeks in it, so we're going to have 5 columns of cards with 3 rows, kind of the way we always do with where you are, what's blocking, what your solution is, right? And so that's going to be very cool. Let's go ahead and light a candle while I start to think about, well, I'm going to share with you what's going on with my guides, right? My guides are telling us all kinds of fun new things. And I think that you'd really appreciate the opportunity to know that, yeah, there's going to be some stuff going on with the guides. They want all of us to come together and work together as a team with whatever it is we're doing, okay? We want to make sure that we are not working alone when there's a big project to do. You ask for help and you get your help, all right? Just be willing to step up and step out in that way, and you will get the help you need, okay? The other thing we're doing is building community. So when other people ask for help from you, don't be afraid to say yes. Get out there, do a little something in the community as far as building tighter bonds, right? So it doesn't have to, if you're not normally a part of that group, it's not really something you need to worry so much about. But the ones you're already a part of, we want to build tighter bonds with, okay? So get yourself together with your people, whether it's your family group, your work group, or your friend group, whatever that is. Get tighter, right? Listen more, understand them better, share some more, and get the support you need from them, but also be willing to support them as well. Because as a group, you're going to come together very tightly, and in the next month, we're going to need to feel that kind of support. I don't know what that means, but that's what I was told, all right? So that's going to be very good for all of us. I'm going to be doing something different this month, and I'm going to have a drawing for a free reading, but I'll tell you more about that at the end of the reading, okay? So we got to get you a guiding card for the month, all right? So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and switch over so you can see we have this beautiful deck. This is, of course, the Etherieal Visions deck we used last month, but now we're using it for a single card for the entire month. What do we have? It's right there. That's the one. All right, Taurus, so what did you get for the entire month? I'll set these aside. What we have here, 2 of Wands, huzzah, right? There we go, the 2 of Wands. We are talking about doorways are opening. You are indeed having doorways open. You are going to be able to see and understand the people around you. You're going to have people showing you new ways to get where you want to go, or new opportunities will show up all through the month. You'll have a little thing happen here, a little thing happen there. You are not slowing down. You are not breaking down. You are not giving up on whatever it is you're working on, but you're seeing new doorways. You're seeing other opportunities show up, even as you're holding this beautiful trophy option and doing what you do normally. You're going to keep on keeping your eyes open for other options, because nothing lasts forever. But also, did you want to stay this way forever? Or did you want to keep growing and changing? It's a personal choice. And Taurus, you're going to make that choice on your own, but there will be options that show up. So you'll have something else on offer, which is kind of groovy, because that means you will be choosing the big trophy job that you have now, or, right, there's an or. There wasn't an or before. You just had this thing and you were like, cool, 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 cool. I have a job. Yay. So now you're having another option, which will make it so that you have to choose this over this. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with choosing. It's fantastic that over the next month, choices will show up and you'll have to make the consistent choice to either stay where you are or not. And then it will be an opportunity, right? We like opportunities. Opportunities grow us. Very nice. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. All right. Here we go. We're going to use this deck, which is that magical Nordic tarot. It's back, and we're using it for our mystery card for the month. So what do we need for Taurus to hear about at the end of the reading? Oh, there it is. All right. We're going to set it up right there. And we'll talk about that at the end of the reading. All right. Very cool. Now then, let's go ahead and get into this Tempest deck, which is our favorite. Of course, all of these have been pre-programmed for you, Taurus, so don't you worry your pretty little head about that. I've got you. We have taken care of that so that I spend less time shuffling in front of all y'all and more time reading, because that's what you came for. All right, so this is, of course, the first row is where we are. The second row is going to be what's blocking you. And the third row will be your solution, all right? So yeah, here we go. Ta-da! All right, so now we go like this. Okay, perfect. Cool. So we're going to go in depth on the very first week of this month at the end of this reading. So we're going to start out just doing the overview. This means we're going to touch on all of these things, a little introduction to each week for the month, for the entire month, and then we'll go in depth. All right, excellent. So let's talk about November 30th through December 6th, the very first week of December. Seven of Cups. Options are abounding. This could be options about family to hang out with for the holidays. This could be friends to hang out with for the holidays. Whatever it is, it's all good options, right? You're going to have to like sort through which options you can work through and be like, okay, we're going to get out the calendar. We're going to figure out which ones we can do first. Which ones are going to expire right away, get on those immediately, and then we'll work in these ones, and then we'll work on planning the other ones on the days that we're not already busy. So this is about plotting and planning your course to get as many good things going on as you possibly can. It's so nice that you have options and possibilities. You can choose. You have the opportunity to choose this first week and start to plan your world and your life. That is super fun. You're blocked by balancing your finances. The options may not be good for your finances. So even though you have all these people, your brain goes, oh, I can't show up empty-handed. I will feel, and then you're thinking, what could I buy them all? Oh, so you're already thinking about budgeting out how much you spend on each of your wonderful, lovely family, and you're coming to some mental concepts about that. So pay attention to what that means for you and how you feel about that, because you do have more to offer than just little old that, just presents. So your presence might be the present, right? That's kind of goofy, cool right there. But yeah, no, a bottle of wine or whatever, buy a big old case, right? Simple Simon. Do what you need to do, but find something that's a good token gift that doesn't make everyone feel like they're being less than thought of, right? But make it appropriate for the entire family, right? Yes. So you'll do what you need to do, and it's going to be great. I feel like a Costco run is in order, but you'll be fine, okay? But don't let it block you or stop you from making decisions because you're feeling financially tapped, and you're like, oh, what do I do? It's like a batch of cookies will be fine, all right? You can make a batch of cookies and take that and share them, and they will feel just as thrilled as anything else. You don't have to bring something you purchased. You can make something. It'll be fine. Finally, of course, this particular week, we're talking about the Eight of Cups. There will be somebody in the mix that you're walking away from because, you know, sometimes the people that you're hanging out with just aren't the ones you want to be hanging out with, and or they're not bringing anything to the table. And not that you need presents and gifts or whatever. I'm saying that they're not fulfilling the obligation that they offered, right? They said, oh, I'll do this if you do this. And you said, of course, of course, of course. And then they didn't. They're not doing their share. And so you're feeling a little frustrated, but you've reached the end of your rope. You've given this person chance after chance after chance, and now you gotta let them go, okay? Cool. Next week over, we're gonna go in depth and we'll get more information. For now, let's move on to the 7th through the 13th of December. We have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is all about reluctantly taking charge of a situation. So, yeah, Taurus, you have to be the one who steps up. Other people are saying, yeah, we're going to do this. Yeah, let's do this. Only to find out that most of them either don't know what the heck they're doing, don't have a clue, or that have the tools or the ability. And you're like, okay, all right, stand back. I've got this. So you're frustrated and irritated, but it's going to be something where you say, I've got this. Don't worry. If this is work related, everybody will be very happy that you stepped in and stepped up to it. But do know that it will be something that you're reluctant to get involved in. You're like, I didn't really want to take charge of this situation, but it will become yours forever. Okay, so whatever it is, you're stepping in, you're stepping up. It will be your thing to do. Interesting. Nine of Cups is blocked. Your wishes aren't being fulfilled. You may fill up this may take you away from what you want to do instead of what you have to do. Okay, this have to do might take you away from what you want to do, and so this is a poorly scheduled situation. Oh no, now I have to work the weekend. But I had everything planned out for that. Or, oh gee, I had that date planned for. Either way, I knew I had that day off, and I was going to make sure that I did that, and it doesn't work out. So you're sad. Now we have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is showing me that, yeah, no, you're in a really neat position now. As your solution, there's wanderlust. You're like, I've seen this all before. You've seen this before. They asked me to do something that's not what I wanted to do. It's poorly timed, da-da-da-da-da. Presto changeo, here I am going, oh man, I'm giving up my own life again. And now I'm starting to think about it while I'm working hard on a weekend or doing whatever I have to do on that day that I had planned for, missing out. And I'm like, shoot, I just would rather be anywhere else but here. So it's making you rethink your big trophy job, right? Big fat trophy options, right? Like, where else is there to go? What would I do if I didn't do that? I don't know. Next week over, 14th through the 20th, we have the Eight of Wands. Fast changes are happening. So things are happening very quickly for you at this time. This could be a new option showing up. This could be something to do with the completion of this little project. And you're like, okay, cool. That thing's got all wrapped up. And easy peasy, not so hard, ta-da, perfect. Now, of course, we have the Ace of Swords showing that there's blocking you. The gift of responsibility will once again start blocking you. You were like, okay, cool. I finished everything up I had to do. And then they say, wait, we have something new to add to your plate. You're like, come on, man. What is going on? Every time I turn around, you're giving me more. Ugh. So they're giving you more responsibility, and you're like, okay, that's interesting. And your solution is to say, look, whatever, I'll do this project, but I got to go hang with my family. This is me getting together, you getting together with your family, sharing your love openly and happily, prioritizing your love and your joy over whatever else is going on. Okay? So nothing else matters. What I'm seeing here is a consistent thing with them to consistently take you away from your family, your love, your joy, as it suits them. So it might be the time of year, it might be whatever's going on, but they don't feel any kind of concern about you as a person or your schedule or your life or whatever. They're just like, here, you do it. Here, let's keep pushing it off on you because we don't want to do that. We have other plans. So yeah, they're saying, here, you do it so we can go do what we want to do, and then we'll keep pushing things onto you so we can go be who we want to be at this time. And unless you are willing to give up your month of December for them, whatever that is, you may decide at some point that, like, this is a lot. This seems like a lot. I keep getting dumped on, and I don't want, it isn't a negative thing though. I mean, you're getting work, you're going to get paid, blah, 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 right? But it's extra layers that are taking you away from the people that you love and care about, right? And so remember, we were talking about your financial balance, and wanting to do this, but we also saw that you had to, like, look how many people are coming, I want to hang out. Two of Wands was all about the doorway opening, and you were having opportunities to decide other options, other possibilities that will show up and give you a better perspective. Am I working to live or am I living to work? Questions? Now then, the next week over, the 21st through the 27th, we have the Death card. The Death card is showing that you're going to give something up to move forward, okay? This could be about you giving up physical stuff, a way of thinking, a relationship, or a job. So There may be some responsibility they one more time hand to you and say, look, we want you to handle this. You're like, I need to not do that. I have to go do something else. This particular week, I have to go do something else. So bye. You're definitely not going to take on new responsibilities at this time. You're like, nope, 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 nope. No more responsibilities. Thank you very much. Interestingly, we have the Tower showing up in the blocking department, and the Tower showing up here is showing me that there may be some snafu in the process. It's interesting because it shows that things are falling. And they're falling together, though. Interesting. You're blocked by this thing. It'll look like a miss, right? So you say, hey, I'm not doing that. I got to do something else. You take a day off or whatever and let maybe your crew handle your business for you. And you come back and things get a little wanky and wonky and a little bit weird. Things don't go 100% according to plan, but it's not tragic, right? It's just not according to plan. You're like, great. So you get to go out and hang out with your friends and family. But the next day when you come into the office or whatever, you're going to find out that, guess what? Things didn't go according to plan. But what's interesting about that is something weird happened instead. Something changed while you were gone. And you're in a position at this point to be the clutch. Like, I feel like you're going to show up as things deteriorated one more time, but you're going to show up and be the clutch person who says, look, we're going to do fix, perfect, put a bow on it, it's done. But the bosses are going to stand around and go, holy crap, you were pivotal, you are required in this moment, you couldn't even hand it off to somebody else. And you're like, yeah, I'm the clutch, I am the one, I am the person who brings this whole thing together. I mean, I can tell people what to do, but it'll never be exactly what it needs to be if I'm not here doing my thing, okay? And so they're beginning to see and understand exactly what your worth and value is, and like, it's stabilizing your position, okay? So in this week, you'll walk away for a minute. Things will kind of get weird and wonky, not tragically, okay? This is not a tragic fall apart tower experience. This is a temporary, 12 hours of it not being what they thought it was going to be. You show up and in 2 hours, boop, it's perfect. And they're like, whoa, whoa. And it's you showing your worth and value. This is not you setting anyone up to fail. It's just how it's going, okay? So realize you're not doing anything purposely to break things up and make things wrong. Nope, that's not you. But it's important for you to know that you will create a stability for yourself at this time. Very nice. I like the way that turns out, even though it looks a little scary. But you're a perfect, beautiful captain of your ship, and you're handling this perfectly, all right? I love, love, love that. This card here, we're talking about how December 28th through January 3rd, you are going to be celebrating because they get you, they understand you. I feel like you could be recognized, appreciated, and possibly even get a raise this particular week. I'm going to be surprised if you don't get an Ace of Pentacles sometime in this reading when we go in depth there. But yeah, there will be celebrating taking place because people are getting you and understanding you and potentially offering you a different position or more money for sure. They want to secure you. They want to sweeten the deal on your position or make it even more intense or something like that. Whatever it is, there's got to be more money before you'll even say thank you. Yes. You're not going to do it right away. Your judgment will be off. Maybe you'll be feeling so good in your emotions that you maybe aren't paying attention to the truth of what they're offering, which is more work for probably less pay. Accolades, pictures, framed photos, yada yada, trophies, not really important in the universal world of life. The sparkly pager only works if it rings, right? So we want you to know and understand that whatever you're winning here, you need to double check and verify. You're going to get so excited about it. Your ego is going to feel so fantastic about it. And you should, okay? I'm not saying you shouldn't. But whatever they end up offering you, it's a wolf in sheep's clothing, okay? Whatever it is going to eat you. It's not going to be what you were hoping for. It's not what you deserve. You deserve to be appreciated financially, okay? So be aware that you need to double check and verify. Know that you're going to probably say yes because your emotions are feeling excited. And if all you need is words of affirmation to feel good and excited, you're going to want to rethink that. Remember the beginning of the month where things were a little tight? Why are they tight? It shouldn't be tight if you keep working too much. All right? So the King of Cups, you have an emotionally based male energy person in your life who's going to be mirroring back to you what I'm saying, which is, what are you doing? Don't slap this person. Don't be mad at this person. They're saying your judgment is off, honey bunny. You're feeling very good about how you did, and yes, you should celebrate that awesomeness, but you should also get paid for that awesomeness, okay? Nobody does this shit for free. So don't you do this shit for free either, okay? And he will mirror that back to you, and you deserve to be paid, all right? So we're going to save these cards off to one side because that is what we do. All right. So Taurus, my goodness, what a month, right? Lots of opportunities, but most of your opportunities seem like potential disasters if you don't say yes, which is super interesting that they present them like that. Oh no, if you don't say yes to this project, we're going to be doomed. Like, but they don't ever keep adding money to the project. I'm like, what is up with that? So anyway, we have these three cards. Now we're going to go ahead and add this Mythic Tarot to go deeper on this reading, all right? I think that's going to be very fun. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. All right. So for the first week of December, November 30th through December 6th, you said we had options, possibilities, and things were bursting out of the seams. You had lots of things coming your way, things that you really cared about and you wanted to look at. Do look at them again and verify that they're going where you want to go and doing what you want to do. I mean, if you're not a botanical garden kind of gal or girl or fella, by all means, don't go signing up to go hang out at the botanical garden with those people if you don't want to, okay? So that's good. Make sure you're going where you want to go, but pick the things you want to do and do them really well, all right? Now then, Two of Swords. The Two of Swords. There will be something about the situation that's being presented that might be nerve-wracking for you. You might not feel 100% clear on what you're doing and what you're choosing. You're like, what am I dealing with? What have I signed up for? Okay, and you remember that it may not be about the activity, but it might be about the company. So if you do decide to go to the botanical garden, it has to be because it's the people that you want to hang out with the most. And you're like, you know what? I can do something cool for this. I can bring a picnic, or I can do something that makes it nice. They may already have another plan, but just don't be nervous, okay? Bring it as a potential back burner project where you put the basket in the trunk and you're like, you tell people what you did, and they decide if that's a good thing or a bad thing, and you drag it in and drag it around with you all day until it's time. Or come back out and get it, all right? But don't be afraid. Because you don't need to be afraid at this time. This is all of what's going on this particular week. We have the Ten of Cups. You are gathering with family, and this is wonderful. I love that you're actually getting to be with your family right away, and that, yes, this is all about you being with family and in the way that you're most comfortable and taking good care of things. But like I said, you get to pick and choose which ones you do, but don't be afraid in the mix, all right? Cool. Now then, where you're blocked, we have the Two of Pentacles, showing that you don't feel like you have enough money to support and buy gifts for everybody in your family, and that's okay. You don't have to. You can make things for everybody, and everybody will be happy with that, or whatever. We talked about going to Costco and getting a case of the 3 popcorns or whatever for some of your family groups because there's kids and you don't want to hand off wine bottles to them. But others, you may be getting a decent bottle of wine for them, and that's enough. It's really not as much about what you give them as that you're thinking of them. You could do a card, you could do a poem. I know some of us are not poets, so we just have to do the limerick method, which if you make a good chuckle, that might be worth every little thing just to have a good chuckle. So good, don't be alarmed about that. The Three of Pentacles is showing that yes, there's something about other people thinking about you for a situation financially further up the line, but something is blocking them from thinking of you, even though your name has been bandied around. They're like, man, we don't know if that. I feel like they already think you make too much money, which is rude. But I think that that's how their brains are going. It's like, well, what if we just keep giving them work without, like, more money? Which is rude, of course. Nobody wants that. But do be aware that that's kind of what they're thinking. It's like, we don't want to give them more money. So this is somebody in your world who is thinking about how they want to keep you working. They want to keep you moving along, but they don't want to give you more money, right? They're blocked from seeing you as somebody who needs more money, which is rude, I think. But it's truly how they're thinking. They're going to add more things to your plate that don't include more money. So be aware of that and keep an eye on that. There's this King of Pentacles, this fella here. He's all about the money. He likes to save money every which way he can. You know who this person is. And he sees you and says, yeah, you don't need my money. I don't want to give you my money. So I'm not gonna offer you more money right now. He's the naysayer in the mix for you right now. He's the one who sees you and says, yeah, you might be tight on cash, but we're not going to give you more money. We're going to have you make miracles. Carry on. I'm going to hold the purse very tight. So he's kind of a jerk. Sorry. Now then, and yeah, they're all standing in your way. All of this is standing in your way. This is your blockages. This card here is talking about your solution. Your solution will be definitely walking away from somebody. I don't know if you're walking away from this guy. He's obviously got the purse strings, but he's also very bossy in the mix. But yeah, there will be somebody you need to walk away from. It could be one of your family members who's making, maybe they showed up and they were drunk and you were uncomfortable with that and you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm done making nice about this one family member that's not working out for me. So I'm going to make distance. And then you're already thinking, well, gosh, I need to get away from that situation. So when the things start to change here, you'll be in a better position, because right here we have King of Swords. King of Swords is a very bossy fellow, particular fellow. He likes everything his own way. This could be a family member. This could also be somebody at work who's saying, look, we need you to come back in. We need you to do stuff. Da, 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 da. Whatever you did didn't match what we were expecting, and we're mad. So there could be an issue. Actually, I'm getting more of a family vibe. So yeah, your family was expecting you to act differently about the situation, and you're like, nope, I'm not going to try and break up the fight. I'm just leaving. Okay, bye. And they're like, what? Aren't you going to help fix it? And you're like, no, 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 no. You can do it. You carry on about that. Okay, so you're offering that person the opportunity to do whatever they want to, but you're not going to get involved, which I think is smart. Okay? And of course, the Page of Wands is about new information about something you need to learn. So you will get new information that you need to learn about before you move forward. This could be at work or within the family. So just pay attention to the information and see how you can apply it best. Do your best to consume the information, but it doesn't have to be gospel, right? It doesn't have to be the last word in the conversation. And I don't think it will be. Family is messy. Whatever this is a little messy. And you're avoiding a confrontation, which is good. But other people thought you probably wanted you to be a part of more because they trust you more. But you know, you did what was right for you, and now you're doing your thing, okay? Let's go ahead and get a Path of the Soul card and see what we can add to this particular week. what do we have for Taurus? Oh, right there. All right. Oops. Way to wreck it. All right, we're going to put that there. Straighten out the cards. All right. So, ooh, nice. So this card here is showing me that you are bursting out at the seams. There is something about who you are as a person, Taurus, that you are bringing all of your glorious self to the table. You are not messing around. Your aura is multicolored and glorious and bursting. There is no part of you that isn't a creative being, so you are bringing out all your creativity for sure and applying things and trying to speak in a healing fashion. So you're going to share your ideas in a healing fashion. You're going to use healing words even as you walk away from family. You're going to use healing words. I think this is interesting that it comes across, even though these are both your solution, that you're actually having a confrontation with this King of Swords person about your choice to walk away as opposed to stay and do some stuff. Because not everything can be fixed by you. You know that, you get that. You're going to use your healing words and make your exit and do your thing, okay? Because he is part of your solution, he will be the person you leave behind who can control the person or make that thing better, okay? But it's not your responsibility to stay and hold his hand, okay? Very nice. There's a lot of capacity here for you to consume information. You're a smart, brilliant person. You are taking in the information as it's presented, but you're also processing it and getting it to come out in a new way. You're creating in your process. So this is beautiful. I love this card for you, all right? Very nice. Now then, let's get your mystery card. All right. I always let Woody keep an eye on it. I don't want to put him on it, but I want to have him nearby it. All right. Cool. Justice. Indeed. Creating more fairness in the mix. This is going to be fairness for you around your family. Very good news. Love that. You're also creating fairness within your finances. Hopefully. Well, this isn't going to be quite fair yet, but you're working on it. And of course, this is about you creating fairness with your exposure to your family, if your family has a capital F, which a lot of us have that. So you're going to make do and make things happen the right way, all right? This is going to be really, really lovely, and I think you're going to have a good time, okay? So you are going to make things more even and more fair, whether it's at work or at home or around those people. You're going to make it right, okay? And other people will be like, oh, thank God, somebody finally stood up to that person, and it's better. Huzzah. So you are making things better all the way around, and I love that for you. All right, let's get you a pocket full of rocks. All right, what do we have for Taurus? All right. Oops, we got 4. Huzzah. All right, we have this one, and we have yellow calcite and green garnet, we have amazonite, and we have angelite. All right, so look at you. Yellow calcite is all about cleaning up and clearing out whatever's left over from the healing work that the green garnet will be doing. The green garnet is going to be doing some surface healing of all the different little owies and itches and ickies that happen to us throughout the week. And also, there will be some stuff from the family that's coming up for you that's leaving you feeling a little irritated, but you're going to work on healing it. I think that by talking to this person who's at least acknowledging that something is uncomfortable for you will be helpful. You'll immediately be able to remedy that situation by speaking openly and clearly in healing terms, but you'll speak words that are unexpected as well. So we'll talk more about that in a minute, but you're going to heal up the situation. And when you've healed it up, there's a bunch of pseudo ash and things that burn away, right? From our third chakra, where our emotions, our feelings, and our memories all live in our third chakra. So with these 2 stones in your third chakra, you're healing things, creating a bunch of burned away stuff. So there's some debris. And then the orange calcite is going to blow that all away, just like a big leaf blower. It's going to come past and go, all right, everything's clean and wonderful here now. So you have a clean and clear third chakra. Everything is running along smoothly, and I love that for you. If you carry these rocks in your pocket, Amazonite is about your higher heart being heard and understood, so that you're plotting and planning what your dreams and goals are and where you want to go and how you want to get there and the finite details, and you're starting to be able to pull them out and do them, okay? And when you can start to manifest your dreams and goals by hearing your higher heart, it's a very good thing, okay? Because things start to become, and that's nice. Angelite, a 5th chakra stone, and it's all about you speaking clearly the words that you're receiving from your guides, okay? It has nothing to do with you recognizing those words necessarily, but they come out of you and you go, where did that come from? You're like, huh, I don't even know why I said that. But you do. The words come out of you, you say the right things, and everybody goes, oh. And you know what? You're saying the words that your angels are saying to you. And when you do that, something really cool happens. You actually heal situations, you make things better, you say truths that were needing to be said, and that's what we were talking about over here. You might be saying some truths to your person over here that you're going to be able to heal some things up, and they'll hear you because it's the truth, okay? So I'm going to put these rocks down right here. Ta-da-ta-da-ta-da. All right, cool. Taurus, haha. What a week you're having. My goodness, lots of little dynamic things happening, work potential situations. What a bummer, right? They're not ready to pay. What's up with that guy? All right, so you're going to work things out, but though you're going to have everything going in the right direction. You're going to take care of some family business. All right, I think it's going to be good for you. All right, but of course, you don't have to carry those rocks if you don't want to. You can carry anything you like. Comment below if you want to carry something or something else. Aha. All right, I'm here for it, and it'll be fun to have that conversation. If you want to comment on the reading itself, totally do that. I would love to have that conversation as well. I will always respond. Thank you again for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. We made 1,000. Yeah, right? Super exciting. Very, very happy about that, and I'm happy to share that with you. You all made the difference, and I appreciate the one and the all of you so much. All right, this is why I do this, so you have some extra support throughout the rest of the year before you come back to the fair and see me again. Haha. Once again, if you haven't come out to the fair yet, or if you haven't checked the description box below, there's a lot of good things happening down there. By all means, check it out. You'll find the list of fairs where I go and where you can come out and see me in person at a fair. You can also find me find ways and means to book a private reading if you can't come out to the fair and you need to get information right away stat, because I'm here for you during the week as much as I can be, all right? And finally, of course, if you want to check out the decks, all the decks that I'm using are there and available from Amazon or Etsy, and I think that you'll really enjoy using those in your personal practice. And of course, we were talking about a free reading, weren't we? Ha-ha. I'm going to be doing a reading for somebody for free, but in order to enter that for the drawing, you're going to go ahead and put an emoji in the bottom, in the comments below, as many as you like, as often as you like, and yes, I will collect them and I will draw them from a hat, so to speak, and then presto changeo, I will make the announcement to the broader people, probably in the first week of January, and then I will privately contact the person who wins, okay? So excellent news, and I hope that you'll enter often, all right? I appreciate the one and the all of you so much. We'll talk to you next week all about the 7th through the 20th, 7th through the 13th, all right? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the one and the all of you. We'll see you then.